Okay, so the first pickup that I have here is from the first pickup of March, and it was at a consignment store that I've been to a few times. It's a store that kind of sells more like a thrift store, mostly clothes, but they do have games. They must have got in a lot at some point because they have shelves and shelves of just mostly sports at this point. But I still go back there because it looks like they do get in new stuff every so often. And they have a half off sale that I'm pretty sure at least since November they've been half off on the entire store. So I always wonder at a certain point you're basically just changing your prices if you're just having a half off sale that long. But okay, it's good for me because a lot of their prices are like $4 for PS2, and then PS3 and Wii are like $8, and it kind of gets higher and higher. So the PS2 pickups, the first one, it was DreamWorks Over the Hedge. So just another movie tie-in game. Um, you can see here. Of course, I'm still only picking up stuff that has everything complete. Um, and the disc quality on some of them is not so great. You know what you'd expect from a thrift store, but I'm happy to pick it up as long as I'm getting $2. Then that's worth it to add to the collection. So another movie tie-on, Peter Jackson's King Kong, the official game. The case has a little bit of issues on the bottom, but still pretty good. With these, I'm always amazed that they have the manuals because it looks like they're just not kept very well. By the way, I've never seen any of these movies, but I'm sure the game tie-in is perfect and faithful. So the next one's probably the best one of the bunch was Need for Speed Underground 2. I have Need for Speed Underground, so I'm happy to get the second one, the Underground series. It's greatest hits, of course, but it's alright. And the last one is another movie tie-in, X-Men, the official game. Pretty good there. And these are just kind of easy pickups. This one I have a whole bunch of stickers on it, even on the manual, so that'll be annoying to get off, but I'm sure I'll be able to do it. This one actually I was looking at earlier, and it's got this, looks like some damage at the top there. I didn't see. This is at this store. They have the disc at the front, so I had already bought everything before I really looked at the discs, which is not a great idea. Should really look at the discs, but oh well. I don't know if that's dirt or what on there, but hopefully I'll be able to get that off. Or maybe I'll have to have it cleaned at some point. But another good pickup, and that's the 4 there. So, and the NES games I picked up, and I guess I should mention that this entire thing was $27 for 4 PS4 games, and I have 6 NES games here. So, I'll show you the 6 I got. Like I said, they were 3-piece, so I just picked up what I didn't have. So the first one is Roger Clemens MVP Baseball, LGN game. And it's got a nice little sticker there. Challenge sticker. So for NES, I am kind of picking up sports games just because I think that the older system, it might be interesting to pick those up for. In a lot of sports games, they're more generic. They're not, it wasn't the era of Madden, every year Maddens. So the next pickup was Tiger-Heli, probably the best one of the pickups. And all these were actually in pretty good condition, for getting them at basically a thrift store. So the next pickup was Jeopardy. So, nice to get the, quiz game. Like I said, the Tiger-Heli is probably the best pickup. A lot of these are kind of just sports and things like that, but at 3 apiece, that's getting close to what some of them might be worth. It also means that I'm not spending too much on these games, so that's worth it. The next pickup is another sports, Jordan versus Bird 101. Nice shot there of Michael Jordan. Larry Bird. Indiana native, I believe. Not that I follow it that much. So yeah, well, like I said, these are all pretty good condition. You know, and I don't know that any of these are really worth anything. I don't really know NES prices, but still good to pick up though. The next pickup is Track and Field 2. So that's a good one to get. You know, I know that Track and Field 1 is the more common, and of course the stadium events is what I believe is what it used to be called, and that's the one that's worth a lot. If you can find a copy that's still labeled that. So that's a good pickup to get. To add to the collection. And the last is another sports game, ice hockey. Very good pickup. You know, I definitely watched the game Grumps. I think played ice hockey again recently, and they really enjoy playing it. So it's funny to watch them play it.
Come back.
No. Ah! I got too close. I flew too close to the sun. Whoa!
Flew too close to the sun.
Yeah! Oh! Yeah! Oh!
All right.
You know, it looks like it's actually a lot of fun, and actually has a bit to it with different kind of players that you can have. So, kind of amazing for just the NES. And that's why one of the reasons why I'm okay with picking these up, even though I'm not really collecting sports. But so yeah, 6 NES games, I think 4 sports games, 1 trivia game, I guess you'd say, and then 1 actual action game. $3 a piece, and that with the 4 PS2 games was $27. This pickup was just a quick pickup from a pawn shop that I had been to. I went back because I wanted to see if they had gotten anything else, but also I wanted to pick up a few more things because I had gotten a bunch of Wii U games from this pawn shop, so I wanted to go back and pick up a few more since they had some good prices. So I picked up this for $25. I got 5 games here. The first one is a copy of Super Mario Maker with the box that it comes with. So that was a good pickup. I didn't initially pick it up because I didn't know if I really wanted to play it, but it might be interesting to play, and it's just a good pickup. If I'm picking up, like I said, I got 5 for 25. So $5 a piece for Wii U games is pretty good. So I'm happy to get that. I'm actually kind of getting a bit of a Wii U collection now, and that's nice. I don't have a system yet, but I'm hoping to get one this summer. Okay, so the second game that I picked up is another Wii U title, Yoshi's Woolly World. So I'm happy to pick that up. I picked up Kirby's Epic Yarn not too long ago on the Wii, so I think this is kind of the spiritual successor. And I was happy to pick that up. And all these are in good condition, so that's also good. So interestingly, I'm not sure how this happens, but I would notice that there was a bit of a bump on the back here. Go to look, there's actually a set of batteries in here. Opened. That's really strange. I have no idea how that got back there. Now the pawn shop's gonna think I'm stealing batteries from them. But yeah, it just kind of hid back there, so that was very interesting. I don't even know how that happens. Okay. Guess I'll include the batteries. Pickup. So the third pickup, it was Donkey Kong Country Tropical Freeze, and this is the Nintendo Select version, which I guess is the greatest hits brand. So I was happy to pick that up. I was at a pawn shop just recently actually, and was going to pick it up, and it turned out the disc was missing. So that was good to get this time with the disc. No batteries inside this one that I could see. So And the next two are two PS2 games. This place, I really hate when people do this. They have all their games behind the counter on shelves, and so if you have terrible eyesight like I do, you're just sitting there squinting, trying to read all the titles, and so I had to look through all the PS2 games, which they have a ton of, and I only found two that I was interested in. Um, and these were both $5 a piece as well, which is a little higher for PS2 than I normally buy, but I think it was worth it to just get it with the Wii U games. So the first one is Front Mission 4. So there's a good copy. I had a copy that's a little beat up, so this is an upgrade for me. This one's in good condition, and it's all there, so I'm happy to pick that up. Love the Front Mission games. And then the last pickup is a copy of Bombastic on the PS2, and you actually see that this one is sealed. Kind of have to let me know. This is a puzzle game, but what's the degree of seal? Because that people consider when they collect sealed. I have like 3 sealed games. I don't really collect sealed, so that's about all I got from this pickup. Like I said, it was 25, and a lot of Wii U. Okay, so another video pickups for March. This is my third pickups for March. I went out to some pawn shops in the area and hit a few flea markets as well. This time I got a lot of PlayStation, kind of back onto PlayStation pickups. I picked up a lot of PS3 games, just finding good deals for those. So I'm picking them up, stuff that I want to play. Really beefing up that collection. I think that it makes sense that, if I'm collecting PlayStation 2 and PlayStation 1, that at some point, yeah, obviously I'd collect PS3 as well. It just makes sense because all the sequels to the games that I like are going to be on PS3 and, of course, eventually PS4. So for PS3, the most I paid was $4 a game at one place, which is really good. One place actually had 50% off, so that was really good. Okay, so let me get into it. One of the first pawn shops I went to, they had some PS2 games for $2 a piece. So the first one here, Metal Gear Solid 3 Snake Eater. So that was a good pickup. This is actually, I'll actually show it in a second here, but it was a nice little Game World receipt there. Don't recall Game World, but I think that's one that did go out of business. Looks like it was $8. That was always interesting to find. So this one was actually a little more interesting as well because the disc real quick. I actually had Metal Gear Solid 3, and I didn't realize this at the time. I'll show it real quick. Metal Gear Solid 3 I had, you notice it doesn't say anything about Snake Eater, but it was actually part of a set. And it should have realized that by the back. It does say there, part of a set. And I think that's part of like the subsistence set or something like that. So I had it, but I had it as part of a set. So I'm glad that I was able to get the actual Snake Eater, the game there, the actual game, instead of the set game. So that means that I have one part of a set as well. I think for now I'm going to keep both in case I get that set. And of course you can consider it an alternate cover as well, as you can see there. So that's pretty interesting. So the next pickup from that $2 piece PS2 was Soldier of Fortune, the Gold Edition. It's another good pickup, and I believe the Gold Edition, I believe it says it has new multiplayer maps. Was the specific thing. Yeah, it doesn't say anything about it on the back other than just new multiplayer maps is the big thing. So there's that. Yeah, it says it on the disc as well. So yeah, another good pickup to get. for the PS2 collection. So I'm liking that. All right. So the next pickup was another movie tie-in, Bad Boys Miami Takedown. See that there. Another movie tie-in, Will Smith. Will Smith, yeah. No, Will Smith, Martin Lawrence. A pretty good one there. You know, I'm definitely hitting all the movie tie-ins because when you go to these places, that's the stuff that people aren't really picking up. But you know, I'm excited to get it for $2 just to put it in the collection and try it out at some point. So that's always fun for me. Which runs into the next one, which is also another one, G.I. Joe Rise of Cobra. I did not see this, so actually not too sure about this one. I guess it looks like a team shooter, but not too sure about that one. And as you can see, all these are complete in box. So that was the first one. $8 for those 4.
They've stolen the ultimate weapon and brought the world to the brink of destruction. Now, one man is all that stands in their way.
This next pickup was another pawn shop. This was 20 in total. The PS2 was really good. They were selling for 75 cents. Not unfortunately not too many great titles, but the PS4 game or PS3 games, sorry, were $4 a piece. And I did of course ask, like I normally do when I see $4 or $5 games like that, for try to get a deal for like 3. But this pawn shop, they actually didn't budge. I said, let's see here, I got 5 PS3 games there, and on the 5 I was like, could you do 5 for 15 as opposed to the 20? And he was like, well, we're already losing money on those, so I can't. So it's kind of interesting. You know, I don't blame the guy at all, but usually the pawn shops are willing to give a little bit of a discount when you're buying multiple. So one of the rare times where he just flat out said no. So the 75-cent PS2 games I picked up, the first one is R-Type Final. But that was a very interesting pickup to get. I haven't played R-Type, but I know that the shmup genre is something people are really interested in. This one I actually wasn't going to pick up until I found out it was 75 cents because the disc is actually, as you can see, is pretty scratched up. You know, hopefully it'll still work okay, or maybe I can buff it out at some point. But fortunately, quite scratched up. But 75 cents. Once they said that, I was like, well, might as well take a chance with it. Next one, another PS2 pickup, Starsky and Hutch. This one has kind of the cel shaded look to it. Also light gun compatible, steering wheel compatible. There you go. That's double compatibility right there. This is actually a game that I had for original Xbox. Back when I was kind of just picking up more of anything for the Xbox. Kind of slowed down on that. You kind of get into that phase where if you're picking up PS2, GameCube, and Xbox, you know, you're going to have these games that are on all the systems. So you kind of have to decide, you know, what are you really collecting for? You know, if you're going for complete for all of them, that's great, but you're going to have more than one copy of a lot of games. So I kind of made the decision that my PS2 collection is doing the best, and that I think that that's going to be the best thing to collect for. So that's why I picked that up, even though I have it already for another system. And of course that means that I can eventually just get rid of it for the Xbox. So the next pickup was the PS3 games that came from that pawn shop, and these were all $4. Like I mentioned, I tried to get them for 3 apiece, but I couldn't. But that's all right. The $4 I think is still worth it at a certain point. So the first one was Command & Conquer Red Alert 3 Ultimate Edition. So that's the one, you know, that had like Tim Curry and a bunch of people from Battlestar Galactica, and a lot of famous actors, and I guess it says there. You see Jenny McCarthy and George Takei. Yeah, George Takei was in it. You know, it wasn't one of my favorite Command & Conquers. I played it on PC, But I did like that the acting was kind of buffed up, so that was kind of really interesting. This looks like it has special behind the scenes for PS3, so that's interesting. But yeah, another complete in box. Definitely, like I mentioned, getting a real PS3 collection. So the next one for PS3 was Lord of the Rings Conquest for 4. Another interesting kind of battlefield or strategy kind of battlefield type of game. That's what it looks like. I actually haven't played this one. I assumed it was similar to like Battle for Middle Earth, that type of more strategy game for Lord of the Rings, but looks like you can play as either the orcs or as the humans. Alliance, I should say. I don't know. But yeah, another good pickup. Pandemic. And I guess, yeah, PS3, since it's Blu-ray, I guess it always looks pretty good. I never really see a lot of scratches on them. But next one for the PS3 was The Darkness. The Darkness, Jackie.
Embrace the darkness, Jackie. My friend.
That's all I remember about that game. I think I did. I think I have played this on PC. Just playing through it. I think it was a cheap Steam game that I got. But you know, another interesting little pickup. You know, I don't mind getting stuff like this to play through again at some point, add to the collection. But yeah, I just remember the voices of the weird demon things. Hilarious. Next one is a Naruto Ultimate Ninja Storm 3 for the PS3, and this has a Goku costume, DLC, and trading card, which is in there. I think I'll show it in a second here. But yeah, just kind of adding to the Naruto fighting games that I have. Yeah, interesting to pick up. I'm interested to see once I start playing them of the PS3 ones compared to the PS2 ones. You know what changed aside from just getting farther along in the actual Naruto storyline. You know, because this is like Naruto Shippuden as opposed to the original series. So that'll be interesting to see. Let me get this card out. Yeah. Get this out here. Yeah, it's a little bent, unfortunately. But that's interesting. Yeah, that's what the collectible card game. That's interesting. It came with it and it has just him in a Goku outfit. You know, like what is it that came out recently? Jump Force, or yeah, I think it's Jump Force. That way you could battle them. Kind of a preview to it. I guess there is a voucher code here. I won't show it, but I assume it's already activated. Maybe you can't even activate it anymore. But still a good pickup. I'm glad it kind of has everything, even though the card's a little bent. It's still good to have it, complete, that you can say. Yeah, as you see, I just picked up a bunch of PS3 games, and I guess that's just going to happen going to pawn shops because they have the newer stuff, and unfortunately they just don't have a lot of older stuff, because it is a good opportunity for me to pick up for, Wii U, which I've been getting a lot of, PS3. I really haven't delved into Xbox 360. I don't know if I will. I don't have an Xbox 360, but for PS3 and Wii U, I think it's good for me. So the next one is Virtua Fighter 5. So kind of continuing my fighting game collection that I have it basically getting here on all the consoles. So these Virtua Fighters, their manuals are huge. I guess because they do have the pages about combo lists and things like that. So I guess that explains it. So yeah, another good pickup. And I think that's the last one for that. Like I mentioned, those 7 games were 20. Definitely the PS2 at 75 cents is a great deal. And the other ones, $4. I can do that.
この時を待ってたぜリアルという言葉では足りないその戦いは生きている10年早いんだよバーチャファイター5 Play Beyond